All right, listen up, nerds. Right now in these uncertain times, you're probably thinking that large creators like me, these huge creators, should be tackling some of the hard-hitting issues. Politics, human rights, social justice. But this is YouTube, and I'm just a bald guy with a dream. So instead of that, we're gonna rank the shapes of each state. Let me know in the comments below what you think about where your state lands. You're probably gonna be upset. Look at you, Delaware. I haven't ranked Delaware yet. I don't know where you're gonna land. Okay, that's fucking plenty. Starting off with Alabama. That's not a bad shape. I mean, it's got this cool little hook action going on down here. I think Alabama, I mean, we're going to start it off strong. I think I guess you shouldn't say that. That's not that strong. We're starting it off with a B. Alaska, that's a cool ass shape. It doesn't matter if you live there or if you hate Alaska or whatever. That's a baller shape. I think Alaska, I'm going to start with it in the A tier because I think we can do better, but I'm going A tier for Alaska. Arizona, I've seen better. You got some jagged edges there on the side. I mean, that gives you a little bit of, I don't know, gusto. I'm giving you a B, Arizona. Try harder. Whoa, whoops, wrong thing. No. All right, B. See, now Arkansas, I'm kind of getting the same vibe as Arizona here. I mean, I feel like we could do better. I'm going B. There's going to be a lot of B's. B's nuts. Got him. California, that's a pretty cool shape. Honestly, it's got like, you know, it's like the boomerang thing going on. We got some of the jagged edges. It's not just plain Jane, but it's not as cool as Alaska. So I'm wondering if Alaska needs to move up and California slots in at A tier. I think that's what we're going to do. Alaska, you're moving up to S tier, baby. Congratulations. Colorado, did you even try? I would put you in D tier, but you have a slant. So we're going to go C for Colorado. Connecticut, a little speech bubble state. I don't know. There's nothing special about this. It's not as bad as Colorado. It's not as good as California. I think we're back in B tier with Connecticut. Sorry. Delaware, I gotta say, this is kind of cool. You're looking pretty good here, Delaware. I don't think you're looking as good as California, because you're a little plain. I think we're gonna go B. There's a lot of B's here, okay? You're just gonna have to get used to it because that's what a bell curve is. Now, Florida's got some cool stuff going on. It kind of looks like a wiener, and that's funny. That's just funny. I think Florida's an S tier shape. Florida, we're going S tier, baby. Shout out to my boys at the Florida Men on Florida Man podcast. You guys are great. Next up is Georgia. This isn't bad. This is, I'd say, and I also like that these images that I got apparently are, I don't know, they're very patriotic without being, America's colors, I guess. I mean, they kind of are. It's like off blue, pink, and yellow. That's not America's colors. You know what? I'm throwing Georgia in the A tier. I think Georgia deserves an A here. Now, here's the thing. In this PNG pack that I downloaded, they only gave one of the Hawaiian Islands. Based on this alone, I'd say B tier, but Hawaii looks cool. It's got a bunch of little islands, obviously. So I'm going to put Hawaii in the A tier. You might notice I'm moving pretty quick through these. There are 50 states. I have a lot to go through, so just chill. Idaho kind of looks like something that you would find like a modern art piece in like an old Sears catalog. I think that's an A tier. I think Idaho's an A tier. And I might be going kind of easy on some of these. I might need to strengthen up here a little bit. Illinois, that's okay. I mean, here's the thing. I'm not just going off of general shapeliness, right? We're going off of feel here. I don't get a good vibe from Illinois. I just don't. I know Chicago is a lot of fun. I'm just not getting a good vibe from the state. I think I got to go C tier for Illinois. It's not doing it for me. Indiana, same thing. I'm just not feeling it. It looks like a little billow of smoke coming up. We're not doing it. C tier. Iowa, I think we know that Iowa is going to be in C tier. Kansas, so far this is the worst state I've seen. There's nothing redeeming about it. Oh yeah, look, little shapeliness in the corner. No. Kansas is D tier. And I'm not even sorry about it. If you live in Kansas, you have a bad state shape. I'm not, I guess I am a little sorry. Kentucky, kind of a cool shape. Kind of looks like a piece of chicken. I think of Kentucky. I think of Kentucky Fried Chicken. I want some chicken right now. It's 8 a.m. I shouldn't want fried chicken, but I do. Kentucky, I'm just going to go with my gut here. I'm putting you in B tier. I almost accidentally slotted it into A tier. That would have been just terrible. Now, Louisiana's got something going on here. Louisiana, that's a pretty cool shape. It almost looks like a choo-choo train. And everybody knows, as the old saying goes, if your state is shaped like a train, you go into A tier. Good job. Next up, we have Maine. I have a little bit of a soft spot for Maine because a friend of mine is going to be moving there soon. But if we're going on shape alone, I've seen better. I'm thinking B tier. Maryland. You sly dog. You sneaky bitch. Look at that. That's a cool shape. It's like you couldn't decide which part of the state was yours and which part of the state belonged to other states. You know, I think that puts you in A tier. I think Maryland might be S tier. I'm going to move it up to S tier. Next up, Massachusetts. It's not doing anything for me. It kind of looks like a futuristic weapon, like a pistol from Halo or something, but it's not. Can you see it? Like there's like here's kind of like the where like the finger grips are. Here's like the body of the pistol. Master Chief is gripping it right here. He's like pointing it down at some grunt's head, like time to die, sucker. Yeah, whatever. B tier. This is my home state, baby, Michigan. And this is not. I'm trying not to be biased here. If I was looking at this, if I lived somewhere else and I looked at this, Michigan, that's an S tier shape right there. It does not get any better than the shape of Michigan. Let's go, baby. Minnesota kind of just looks like a foot, like Link's boot from Legend of Zelda. B tier. Mississippi, you're boring. Okay, I'm bored right now looking at your state. That's a C tier state. Missouri, I'm sorry, you gotta be right there with your buddy Mississippi. I'm not even giving you the time of day. That's a C tier state. Shape. I'm not saying the state's a C tier, but just the shape. Montana. It's just so no. Montana, that's a D tier. That's a D tier shape if I've ever seen one. Nebraska, I'm also going D tier. Like there's nothing fun about that. And I know what you're thinking. You're thinking, Zach, you're just ranking these based on complexity of shape. Kinda, but like that's part. Like it's gotta look cool. It's gotta be a cool looking shape, cool state. I think I'm having an aneurysm. It's gotta be a cool looking state shape. Nevada, Navita Loca. This one's all right. I'd say this is a B tier. No, you know what? I'm going to say C tier for this one. I think it could be doing more. I think it could try a little bit harder. New Hampshire kind of looks like a gnome. Like this is the head. This is like the gnome hat. So because of that, I feel like it deserves to be in the B tier. New Jersey. That's kind of a cool shape. I think New Jersey warrants an A tier shape, personally. It's interesting. It's nice to look at. New Mexico. I'm telling you guys, do better. That's a D tier. New York is kind of cool. We got this little rat tail coming out the bottom of it. It's shapely. I don't know. I like New York. I think New York falls into A tier for me personally. North Carolina, you know, I'm kind of contradicting my own rule here because this is a shapely state, if you will. But I'll be honest, this state doesn't do anything for me. That's a C tier state right there. North Dakota, I think we all know where this is going to land. I also feel like they've added, like to some of these states, they've added some like curve and wiggle to them to states that are just not curvy or wiggly. So yeah, that's gonna be D tier for me. That's a no for me, dog. Ohio, you know, this is one of those ones that although the shape it's not so plain, it's just Ohio's a D. That's an ugly shaped state. Looks like a badge that someone didn't know how to draw. Oklahoma, we got a little handle there, little frying pan. Yeah, B tier. Oregon. Cool state from what I've heard. Stupid shape. That's a stupid shape. Sorry. I didn't make the rules. Well, I did. I'm gonna go C tier for Oregon. That's kind of boring. Boregan, more like it, am I right? Pennsylvania, that's a D tier state if I've ever seen one. Sorry. Rhode Island. Now we got a lot going on here with Rhode Island. We have some of those, you know, angular shapes, but then we got all these little offshoots. That's an A tier for me, baby. Rhode Island, you're looking good. South Carolina kind of looks like a diamond, kind of looks a little boring. I think we're going to go B tier for South Carolina. Oh man, we're double rowing it in the B tier here. South Dakota, I think we all know where this one's going to wind up. That's a D tier state. Tennessee, little thin, don't you think? I'm not trying to throw shade. I'm just saying if we're comparing it to other states, like yours is so narrow and kind of weird. I don't know. It's not D tier, but that's definitely C tier. I wouldn't. Texas, that's a cool ass looking state. I think that's an S. I think that Texas is an S tier shape. I think it's recognizable. It's cool. Utah, come on, easy D tier. Easy D tier. Vermont, again, it's not doing anything for me. Vermont, I think we're going C tier. Sorry, it needs to go at the end. There we go. You're okay, baby. Virginia. Okay, Virginia, I see you. It almost looks like Virginia is a mountain in and of itself. I think that's warranting of B tier. I don't think it's quite A tier. It's not. It hasn't earned that yet. Washington's getting a little more interesting. I think it's still B tier. We didn't quite make A tier with that, but we got, you know, it's kind of got these nice little offshoots. I think that's fine. West Virginia in this picture kind of looks like it's flipping me off, which is funny. I think that puts it in A tier, honestly. Wisconsin, Again, this is one that's it's a little complex, but this doesn't do anything for me. Personally, I'm putting Wisconsin in C tier. Wyoming, dude, does it get any worse? Like, what a way to go out. I should have done this in like reverse alphabetical or something, because what a way to go out. Wow, that is like the D-est of D tiers for Wyoming. Look at that. Look at that nice little distribution we got. I'm not going to cover all these states, but I just want to review in our S tier row here. We have Alaska, we got Florida, we got Maryland, we got Michigan, we got Texas, baby. Those are some S tier state shapes. If you disagree with me, I'm sure you'll let me know why in the comments. And I hope you do. Anyway, I hope you guys liked this video. If you did, please consider subscribing. And if you didn't, I'm surprised you watched the whole thing. And I hope you didn't just click to your state and go, this guy sucks. You might have done that. You might have done exactly that. But if you finished the video anyway, I appreciate you. All right, I gotta go. But I love you, nerds, and I'll see you in the next video. Okay, peace.